Welcome to VectorEtech. Now we have a look on the topmost SQL interview questions. This series. This is the first series. In this first series, we'll have the first question: How to find all users who were active for 3 consecutive days? We'll figure it out this problem and we'll have the solution in the same video only. And I'll try to solve this problem and we'll let you know. And the step-by-step procedures we have, I'll show you the procedure as well. Okay, and the next will be whenever we are solving the problem we should understand the given data, right? So this is our given data. Suppose in the interviewer given us this table sf underscore events. Sf underscore events is the table, and in the table we have the three different columns. First column is the date column, second is the account id column, and third is the user id column. Date column will have the data type, and account id will be the varchar string, and user id also varchar string, because nowadays account id we are having the integers as well as the strings, right? So that is the case. So in the date we'll have the date information whenever the event occurred. Suppose whenever the user is opening the website and he logged into using his account credentials, when the event occurred, that is the date of the event. And by using which id he is trying to accessing the website or something, so that is the account id. So he is but suppose we have one account id, we may have multiple users, right? Likewise, which user is accessing that account id on that specific date. This is the table, and this is the data which we have currently. And the task is write an sql query to identify such users. What are the users? We have to find out who are the active users for 3 consecutive days, from 3 days onwards, who are continuously accessing that website. We have to find out. Okay, for that, what we have to know, right? We have to first create that. First we'll try to create the table, and also we'll load into the sample data as well. Okay. Okay, now we'll create the table. I already have the create scripts for this. This is my create table, and this is my table name, and these are my column name and also the data type. So for the date, I already mentioned we are using the date time as a data type. For account ID, we are using varchar 10 and user ID varchar 10. So this is my table I'm creating. First, I already have the table. That's why I'm dropping my table, and I'll show you by creating my new table. Okay, so now I created my table. I'm going to attach all the scripts in the job description. Please find there. Okay, and next we'll have a look on the insert data. How to insert data. So this is the insert script. Insert into table name. These are the column names which we have to provide: date, account id, username, and the values which we need to provide. So these are the data which I am providing now, and this is the date, and this is the account id, and also this is the user id. So this is the sample data which I am providing to the respective table. Okay, 23 records were affected. So now we'll have a look on, and this is just I wanted to know you. Just I'm querying the table. Okay, select user id and date from a table name, order by user id and date. Okay, first we'll check for the user ID 1, U1. For U1, whether he logged in consecutively 3 days or not. He logged in at 12 December 8th, December 9th, January 1st, January 2nd, and February 7th. There is no consecutive 3 days, right? So next we'll check for U2 as well, user 2. So user 2, December 24th, January 1st, no. User 3 also no, user 2 also no. For user 4, he logged in at December 17th, and here if you see, he logged in at January 10th, January 11th, and January 12th. Okay, now if you observe carefully, user 4 logged in 3 consecutive days at it, 3 consecutive days. User 5, no. User 6, no. If you observe carefully, 625, he logged in the same day 3 times, but no, our question is not this one, right? So 7 and 8 also no. So our expected output will be user 4. We have to print user 4. Result should be the user 4. For that, just I verified by writing the manually. So just I wanted to check manually, so that's why I fetched the user id and date from the table, and to get manual check easily, I use the order by user date and date ascending order. So now we'll write how now we'll have a look on how to find out the the expected u for user. Okay. Now we already have the table ready, and also we have the sample data inserted into the table, right? And we manually check the what is the expected output as well. Now we'll look into the what are the required functions to solve require what are the required function to solve this problem. To solve this problem, we need to have some idea on window functions, date different function, and also the CTE. Okay, coming to the Windows function, in this problem we are using the lag, and also we are using the lead, and date difference function we are using, and also we are using CTE. CTE means otherwise we can use a subquery as well. So I prefer CTE because it has a better readability, and also it is good. It has a better reusability as well. And the lag gives the previous day. Suppose the user u1 he event occurred current day, like current maybe today is 28th. So 28th, if we give lag on that one, then it will give the previous day, like 27th it will give lead. Suppose today is November 1st, then it will give the it will give the next day, like December November 2nd will give if whenever we are using the lead function. Suppose the current date, it will, if we apply the current date, it will give lead, lag will give the previous date, and the lead will give the next date. These are the required functions to solve this problem: lag, lead, date difference function, and CTE. Okay, we are clear on this part, right? Then what is our approach, how to solve this problem? Okay, we already mentioned by using CTEs, common table expression. What is the one? So I am not explaining CTEs and remaining lag lead functions again here, because already we did this video in our YouTube channel. We have 7 SQL programming classes. Please have a look on that playlist. Then you will get the detailed understanding all basic to intermediate level of SQL programming. Okay, then come to this problem sets. To compute previous date and next date, we are using lag and lead functions. So you got some idea, right? We are using lag to get the previous date. We are using lead to get the next date. Identify consecutive days. Okay, means if suppose we are taking the current day, then we are performing the previous day, and we'll getting the next day. Calculate the difference between the current day and the previous date. Okay, current day. If suppose the current day and the previous day, the difference should be 1. Coming to the previous day and the next day, the difference should be also 1, right? Check the sequence where difference is equal to 1 or not. If it is 1, then that will be the filter users with 3 consecutive days. Correct? So match previous date, current date and the next day's pattern. So then our problem is solved. You got my points, right? So here we are using the filter, like where to perform the previous day and the current day is equal to 1, and day differentiation, difference of previous day and the current day is equal to 1, and then current day minus next date is equal to also 1. If it is matches, then we are going to print our user. Print in the sense we are going to fetch our user. This is the approach. Now we'll solve this problem. So I already wrote this query. I'll explain detailedly. Then we'll again implement the same query. Okay, for your understanding sake, first I'll explain the existing query. Then we'll same replicate the same query. So with CTE, this will be the CTE name maybe. So I'm finding out the consecutive 3 days, right? We can have the same name as well with the CTE as, okay. And here we have to maintain some query. So where in this query, what I wanted to find out, I wanted to fetch the user ID, and also I'm fetching the previous date. How to fetch the previous date? By using the lag function. Good. And how I am fetching the current date? Current date is the date. Okay, already we have the date, right? That will be the current day. And what will be the next day? This date. For this date, the next date we are using lead. To get the next date we are using lead. Likewise, we are fetching user ID, the previous day, current day, and the next day by using this table. Here we have used the 2 window functions. One is the lag and one more is the lead. Clear? Then on top of this query, by using CTE, we are fetching the distinct users, because we have to fetch the distinct users, right? Select distinct user ID from CTE. I'm writing query over this command. Okay, from CTE, where date difference I already mentioned here, the difference in between days. If you are keeping here months, means you have to compare the months. Here I am keeping the day, right? That's why previous day to the current day is 1. Okay, good. And date differentiation, date, current date minus next day will be 1. If it matches, then it is going to print the, then it is going to give us the 3 consecutive days. If it is 3 consecutive days, suppose I'll show you one example. Suppose today we are 29 11 2024. Suppose I log in today. So suppose I logged in 27th as well in the same website. So I logged in 28th as well 2024. And also I logged in 29th 11 2024. See here. So just wanted to once, this is the date. Okay, I am fetch for this date. I fetch the previous date and I fetch the current date, next date. Okay, this is my current date. So just I am checking in my table. Okay, if I have the previous date, if I have the previous date, then it will give us 1. Okay, if in my table if I have the next date, then it will give 1. Likewise, okay, the difference between the current date to the previous date will be the 1. The difference between the current date and the next date will be also the 1, right? That is the solution here which we are proposing now. Okay, likewise we are going to solve this problem. I'm going to recreate the same table, same query. Okay, with here the name will be right, consecutive 3, consecutive users, 3 logged in times, right? Okay, 3 times. Okay, this is my CTE. Okay, as, okay, this he inside that one we had to write the query. Select, I'm first getting my user ID. Okay, comma, then I wanted to find the previous date. Lag, and which column I am doing lag, I am wanted to do using for the column date. Okay, and on which column we are doing the partition by, okay, user ID, partition by user ID, based upon the users only, right? We are doing partitioning, partition by user ID. And I'm wanted to do order by date as well, with ascending small to big, as previous day. Clear? So the next will be, I wanted to get the current date. Current date will be the date only, right? Date, current day. Next will be the lead. Lead will provide next day. So lead on the same date field, over partition by user ID, partition by user ID, order by date, small to big, ascending, if you are not going, ascending as next day. Which table? From SF underscore events. Clear? So this is my temporary CT, temporary expression which is loading inside the CTA. Okay, this table name will become this one. This CTA name is, now I am writing select. Okay, select, I need distinct. Okay, I need distinct user IDs. Distinct user ID from the table. Okay, this is my table where I wanted to do filter, right? I wanted to know the previous date, the difference will be 1 and the next date will be difference will be 1. Date difference is the inbuilt function. Date difference. Okay, see here. Okay, and here I'm using day. If we are using month, then it will give the month difference. If we are using year, then it will give the year difference. Currently my requirement is day, right? Day. So day, and here I'm comparing the previous day comma current day. Clear. Is equal to 1. And also I have one more requirement. It is asking us to get the 3 consecutive days, right? So then, so to check that one, date reference, again we are comparing with the day. Again, now here we have to check the current date. Current day minus next day. Okay, is equal to 1. This is the query which we have to write whenever someone asks this consecutive to how to find the consecutive consecutive users who logged in 3 times. User 4. This is our expected output, right? Now we'll test for other user. Okay. Now we'll insert new record with U9. Okay. With U9, he logged in at January 1st, 2021. Again, January 2nd and January 3rd. We'll edit like this. Second and third. And the user also same. And account ID also same. Okay, I inserted the data. Now we'll check by executing our query. So now our expected output should be U4 and U9. We successfully solved our problem, right? And we found the solution by following the step by step approach. Okay, this is how we have to solve the interview problems. In this series, the first problem set got solved. And we'll let you know, we as a VectorEtech, we are providing customized trainings, community benefits, one-to-one mentorship, as well as we are proficient in making the real-time project exploration as well. So if you wanted to avail these benefits, these are all not at all a free benefits. These are all paid benefits except these community benefits. Community benefits are the free services which we are doing. Those like a webinars and contest and quizzes like things. These three are the paid one. If you wanted to have these benefits, click. You can fill our form. We'll let you know. Thank you, guys. If you need any training, any customized training, you can reach out to us. Thank you. If you like this video, please share, like, subscribe, and comment if you have any doubts. Thank you.